Hey Sunflowers, and welcome back to BPD Squared. I just wanted to hop on real quick and give you guys a little bit of an update and let you know what's been going on and why I hadn't been live for the past, I guess, couple of Thursdays. Luckily, it's nothing bad. I just, had some stuff going on. Life is lifing in a good way. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in and give you kind of some information about what's been going on. So yeah, hi. If you're new to this channel, my name is Brenda, and again, welcome to BPD Squared. I started BPD Squared in 2019 after receiving a dual diagnosis of borderline personality disorder as well as bipolar disorder. And so with that, I created this channel to share my experiences, my lessons that I've learned along the way, as well as research that I've conducted on my particular diagnoses, as well as I want to open the floor to have conversations about mental health in general, because I feel like it is something that we're just now becoming aware of, but it's something that we are still just scratching the surface and need to do more work to make it a more accepted and prominent part of conversation. So with that, that's what I plan to do on this channel. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing this information. If I happen to put out anything that you feel needs to be shared with someone else, just someone needs to know, or if there's any information that you just want to share with someone to help them understand you better, please feel free. The bigger we grow this community, the better. What I've been up to the past couple weeks. So I mentioned in the video, my comeback video, I guess, that I started working as a bartender. So basically, I started working a new job. Well, it's not new anymore, but anyway, I started working as a bartender. And as I, developed in the role and became, more acclimated to what I had to do and everything, the owners and I had a conversation, and they appreciated my work ethic and the, just basically what I was bringing to the table of what was expected of an employee, and just, basically what they want to see representing their company. So they ended up promoting me to brand ambassador and like event manager. There's titles, but we're figuring it all out. But basically, I have a more involved role in the company now. So now I'm trying to take time to basically balance work with my job, or my job with my work. So my job is bartending and, ambassadorship and, promoting the company. But my work is BPD Squared. So I've just been kind of trying to find a balance between the two. Basically, like I said, I'm, getting acclimated to this new role. So I'm learning about, the expectations and the do's and don'ts, the ins and outs, paperwork, and all this other things. And while trying to do that, I'm also realizing, okay, well, I had to let something take a back seat in order to kind of solidify myself of where I am right now. Like I said, kind of presented a little bit of a challenge for me, because I'm like, I don't want to get to a point where I'm focusing so much on it that I 100% neglect BPD Squared. So I'm making it a point for myself to come on here and have this, to basically tell y'all what's going on, to keep me accountable basically for what I promised myself. And what I promised myself was to come on here and do this and have these lives and actually have conversations with people and, grow this channel and grow our community, and just to be present, not just for y'all, but for myself, But like I said, it's not bad news. I'm actually in a really good place mentally. But to be honest, though, I was under a lot of stress too, because even though I feel like I'm in a okay space mentally, I was still going through a lot of stress, because if I haven't made all of you aware, or if you aren't aware, I know I've talked about it, but if you aren't aware about it, I am holding a fundraiser next month, October the 14th, and it will be at Mo City Grill. So if you're in Houston and you want to support BPD Squared and you want to have a great time, and you want to party like the king of pop, so it is Michael Jackson themed, we are holding our fundraiser at Mo City Grill. If you check out my Instagram or my Facebook page, you will see the flyer and all the details. And I'll also leave a link to all the information in the flower box below as well. So yes, it is a fundraising event. General admission is $10. That does include food, drink, cake, and just a lot of fun. So again, if you aren't in Houston, or if you do not have the accessibility to attend, but you still want to show your support, you can also, the links that I provide will still also give you an opportunity to do that as well. Regardless, I appreciate every single one of you. I do hope that you take an interest to help us basically build what we have already growing here. So, like I said, BPD Squared is a community effort. And with that being said, I want to share as much as I know and continue to grow with myself to grow with this community. So the fundraiser is helping BPD Squared to conduct better research, invest in better equipment to be able to go out and do more interactive things. Like, we want to have more conversations with medical professionals. We want to go out into the field and actually have more panel conversations, Q's and A's and things like that, and really get into some like real deep research on things. So with your help, we can get further into that. We can actually make those goals realities. So regardless, any form of love that you show, whether it be monetary or a like or a share on this video, is greatly appreciated and is one step closer to us becoming the best community out there. But to get back to the point of me being stressed, like I said, was just really stressing out about the fundraiser, because it's the first time I've ever put together something like this. And it's so funny because I know it's going to be fun. I know that what I have planned is a good plan. It's just a matter of, you want so much for it to go well. And it's kind of like you're being killed by anticipation, right? You're just waiting so much for that thing to happen, just so you can say, okay, finally it's over, it's done, and I've gotten everything out the way. So I'm kind of in that space of just really, really wanting the best, really, really hoping for the best here, and just wanting things to go well. But I'd also have to accept, and this is my conversations that I have with my spiritual team every day, that, sometimes you just have to accept what it is, and a mini message I want to throw in this here video is I got a subtle message from my spirit team when I wasn't even aware of it. So at one of the events that I bartended at, there was a store I was working in, Kendra Scott. Shout out to Kendra Scott. It's a great jewelry store. You should check it out. No promo, by the way. Not paid sponsor or nothing like that. Just, they're great people, and it's a great store, and Kendra Scott works with great causes. So anyway, so I was doing a bartending event there, and a lady, like I said, at the time I was still in the midst of stressing so much that I'm breaking out in hives, and it got so bad. So while I'm there, I'm trying to like keep myself calm, because I'm thinking I'm allergic to what we were selling. So the company that I work for, Pour Me Perfection, is a mobile bartending service that also curates their own simple syrups. So we were selling jalapeno syrup. I'll leave a link down below so you can buy some. But we're selling jalapeno syrup, and I was like doing like, mixes with that. And I suspected that I might be allergic to jalapenos. So at some point I kind of got in contact with it, and I started itching, and I felt kind of weird. So I was like, okay, maybe it's this, maybe that's what's affecting me. But I admittedly was still like, my brain the whole time is, how am I going to do this? 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 So I'm just worrying myself to death about this whole party fundraiser thing. And so this lady comes into the store with her daughters, and I happened to see her walk by, and she had this like line on her arm, and I'm like, what is that? So I kind of looked down. Apparently it was like a tattoo, but I just couldn't tell what it was exactly. So I asked her, I was like, hey, what does your tattoo say? What is that? And it actually said, trust the process. And I kind of had to laugh to myself because I was like, yeah, okay, I catch the subtle signs. I catch the sign. And so she was like, yeah, I got it because sometimes I'm just freaking out so much and I just don't know what to do with myself. But this is my small reminder to just, it'll all work out. Just trust the process and it'll all work out. And I was like, you know what? That's so funny because if y'all can see that, I have a tattoo of Woodstock. And the thing that I love about Woodstock, if you're familiar with Peanuts lore, of course, the thing I love about Woodstock is that Woodstock doesn't fly right and is often misunderstood. But the thing is, if you give Woodstock a task, and if Woodstock is determined and Woodstock's determined enough, Woodstock is going to make it happen. So even though Woodstock might not fly right, Woodstock always lands where they're supposed to land. And I say they because there's speculation that Woodstock could be a girl, but I'm not very sure. I want to say him, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm going to just say him because that's what I've grown up knowing Woodstock to be. But in any case, that's the reason why I got this tattoo. And so it's like, those small reminders that, hey, it may seem like it's going all kinds of crazy ways and that things are just not working out the way you want them to, but in all, it's still gonna work out. Just because it's not working out the way we want it to doesn't mean that it won't work out, period. So I had to give myself I had to internalize those subtle reminders and just have to tell myself, hey, it's gonna happen. I understand you're freaking out, and it's okay to freak out. But one of the things I've started accepting for myself to do is that's the main thing. Be accepting of what I'm really feeling. And I've also learned that a lot of times when I deny myself my true feelings about what's going on and what's really going on inside of me and what's going on around me, the more I'm like dismissive of it, the worse it ends up affecting me later on, because I'm not allowing myself time to be like, oh, this is a thing, address it, work through it, and move on. Because the more we ignore stuff, basically, the more it builds up inside you. And that's what causes us sometimes to like do outbursts and have tantrums and have these anxiety attacks and things like that, because we're trying so hard to push those feelings down and push those feelings away. But really, you just got to let that stuff happen. and I had to do that for myself. I had to say, look, I'm in pain with this. This is causing me mental pain. And I remember just talking to my husband saying, hey, as much as I know that everything is going to work out, I have to admit to myself, I am terrified. And by saying that and by letting that really be, my truth, I'm accepting that. And it's interesting because it's like, I think a lot of times we don't want to accept what we're really feeling, especially if it's a negative feeling, because we feel like, oh, if I admit that I feel this way, that's going to consume me and that's what I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to be sad or angry or whatever. But, and I had a conversation like this yesterday. It's like, maybe sometimes you're supposed to be sad, Maybe in those moments, you're supposed to break down. Maybe in those moments, you have to accept that you're not your best, and you have to accept that this stuff sucks so that you can get to where you're supposed to be, the better place, the happier place, I'm not worried about this place. So I was gonna say, I believe that I remember having a conversation with my husband and just being like, oh, I did say it, but yeah, I just had the conversation with him and I was like, I'm terrified. I'm really scared and I'm very much concerned and I really, really just want this to go well. I just really want it to go well. And the more I allowed myself to feel those emotions and go through that and accept that that was my truth in that moment, I started to feel a lot better. I started to understand my own feelings, and then I realized, okay, now that I know what I'm feeling and I can really say this is what I feel, I can process this a lot better. I feel a lot better now. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And like I said, just kind of give you guys a little mini update of what's been going on. It's not, like I said, nothing too serious, nothing too strenuous or anything like that. It's just basically I'm getting myself back into the workforce again and just basically getting myself self acclimated to that. And now that I feel like I have an understanding of my balance and what my role is and where I'm expected to be, I have a better option of how I'm going to structure my lives and my content and things like that. So I do still want to keep it to where we are going live on Thursdays. Depending on when I put this out, I'm probably gonna put this, if I don't put this out, today is Wednesday, by the way, that I'm recording this. And so tomorrow is Thursday. So if I don't put it out today, I'll probably put it out tomorrow. I'm not sure I'll be able to go live Thursday or not. So I'm not going to promise anything, but that's why I wanted to go ahead and put this out. So that way there's like not any content. But anyway, I'm rambling. So yet again, I will place the details down below of what, the fundraiser and what it's about and what we're doing and how you can get involved to help make it the most amazing event possible. So if you're here in Houston, I really do hope to see you there dressed up like Michael, the king of pop. And if not, I still appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I appreciate you taking time to show interest in our community. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that jazz. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.